everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In the previous video we made our doily up to row number 14, and now we are going to make the rest of the rows. So let's begin. So to begin row number 15, we are going to chain 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. After chaining 6, we are going to make a single crochet in the next loop. So this is the next loop right here. We're going to make a single crochet in this loop. So this is your repeat for this round. You are going to chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and make a single crochet in the next loop. So you will repeat this until you get to the end of this round. Now I have made my last chain 6 over here, and this is where our row began from. So we're going to make a slip stitch right here. And when you're finished, it will look like this. Now to begin row number 16, we are going to chain 3. So 1 2 3, and then we are going to make 7 double crochets in the next loop. So this is the next loop right here, and we are going to make 7 double crochets in the next loop. So 1 2 3 4 5. Let me grab my yarn. 6 and 7. After making your 7 double crochets, you are going to make a double crochet in the next single crochet. So this is the next single crochet that you made, and you are going to make a double crochet in this single crochet. After making your double crochet in the single crochet, you are going to again repeat the same pattern all around. You're going to make 7 double crochets in the next loop, a double crochet in the single crochet, 7 double crochet in the next loop, a double crochet in the single crochet, and so on until you reach the end. So I have reached the end of row number 16. I have made my last 7 double crochets, and now we are going to join at the top of this first chain 3 that we made. So going in the top chain, this will be your third chain, and you will make a slip stitch to join. Now to begin row number 17, we are going to slip stitch up to the 4th double crochet of this shell here. So slip stitch in the first double crochet, slip stitch in the second, slip stitch in the third, and slip stitch in the fourth. So when you make a slip stitch in the 4th double crochet, you are going to chain 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 5 6 and 7. After chaining 7, you are going to skip the next 7 double crochets. So skipping the next 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, you will again reach the 4th double crochet of the next shell. So in that, you are going to make a single crochet. So skipping 7, we'll count again 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. In the next double crochet, make a single crochet like this. Now after making your single crochet, you are going to repeat this pattern throughout this round. You're again going to chain 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Skip the next 7 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Going into the next one, you're going to make a single crochet, and again you will you will chain 7, skip the next 7, again make a single crochet in the 4th double crochet, again chain 7, skip 7, make a single crochet. This is going to be your repeat for this round. This is how row number 17 looks. This loops right here, these loops are row number 17, and now I have reached the end of row number 17. I've made the last chain 7, and after that we are going to join in the same space where we started making our chain 7 in the beginning of this row. So just go in the same space and make a slip stitch to join, and this completes your row number 17. Now to begin row number 18, we are going to go into the next loop here, and we're going to make a single crochet. After you make a single crochet, you're going to make a double crochet. Like this. After making this double crochet, you are going to make 5 treble crochets. So treble crochet is yarn over twice on the hook. So yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So this is 1 treble crochet done. Now we're going to make the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the 5th one. This completes our 5 treble crochets. Now after making your 5 double crochet, you're going to make a double crochet again, and then in the end you're going to make a single crochet. So this is going to be your repeat for this round. You're going to go in the next loop, make a single crochet, a double crochet, 5 treble crochets, a double crochet again, and a single crochet. In this way you're going to make this pattern in all of the loops here. I'm going to repeat again so that it's clear. Make 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 5 treble crochets, again 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet in the same loop. Then you're going to repeat this pattern in all of the loops. I've reached the end of row number 18. So I've made my last single crochet here, and this is my first single crochet that I made in the beginning of this round. So I'm going to make a slip stitch in the single crochet and join. Now to begin row number 19, we are going to slip stitch to the center stitch of this shell or scallop that we have made. So we are already in the first single crochet here because we made a slip stitch and joined in this. So this is the second stitch, which is the double crochet of the previous row. We're going to slip stitch in that, and this is from here begins the 5 treble crochet that we made. So we're going to slip stitch in the first treble crochet, and then we are going to slip stitch in the second treble crochet, and we are going to make a slip stitch in the third treble crochet as well. Now the third treble crochet of these 5 treble crochets is going to be your center stitch. So whenever you have to join in the center stitch, it means you have to join in the third treble crochet of the previous row of this row. So when you have made a slip stitch till your center stitch, you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After chaining 7, you're going to treble crochet in the same space. So yarn over twice, going in the same space again, we're going to make a treble crochet. So this is how we make a treble crochet. After making your treble crochet, you are going to chain 3 and you're going to make a treble crochet again in the same space. After making this treble crochet, you are again going, let me get my hook back in. So after you have made this treble crochet, again you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and again you are going to make a treble crochet in the same space. So going in the same space again. So this is how it's going to look when you have made, let me zoom in, your treble crochets. After making these treble crochets, you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. After chaining 4, you're going to make a single crochet in the center stitch of the next scallop or shell. So you are going to go in the center stitch, which is the third treble crochet. You're going to go in the third treble crochet and you're going to make a single crochet like this. After making your single crochet, you are going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After chaining 9, you're going to again make a single crochet in the center stitch of the next scallop. So again, going in the third stitch, the third treble crochet, which is right here, this one, we're going to go in it and make a single crochet. Now after making this single crochet, you're going to chain 4. After this chain 4, you're going to make 4 treble crochets in the next center stitch of the next scallop. 4 treble crochet with chain 3 between each treble crochets. So after chaining 4, go in the center stitch and make a treble crochet. So this is your first treble crochet, chain 3, then you are going to make another treble crochet, then again chain 3, again a treble crochet in the same space. You have 3 treble crochets, as you can see, chain 3, and this is going to be your last treble crochet. So this is how it's going to look with 4 treble crochets with chain 3 between each. So after this, your repeat for the round begins, and it begins from this chain 4 that you made right here. You're going to chain 4, single crochet in the next scallop, in the center stitch of the scallop, then again chain 9, single crochet in the center stitch of the next scallop, again chain 4, and then you're going to make 4 treble crochets in the center stitch of the next scallop with chain 3 between each. So your repeat is going to be in this way: chain 4, single crochet in the center stitch, chain 4, chain 9, single crochet in the next center stitch of the scallop, chain 4 again, 4 treble crochet with chain 3 between each in the center stitch of the next scallop, and then your repeat goes on until you reach the end. Now to end row number 19, you're going to make your last chain 4, and then you will reach the beginning chain 7, and you are going to make a slip stitch into the 4th chain. So you're going to count from the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to make a slip stitch in the 4th chain. Now to begin row number 20, we are going to make a slip stitch and go into the next loop. So making a slip stitch and going into the next loop. Now in this loop, we are going to make 2 cluster stitches with chain 3 between each cluster stitch. So to make the first cluster stitch, you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you are going to yarn over twice, go into the first loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, again yarn over twice, go into the loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You will have 3 loops on the hook and you will pull through all the 3 loops. This will make your first cluster stitch. Now you are going to make a chain 3. After you have made your chain 3, you're going to make another cluster stitch in the same loop. So yarn over twice, go into the loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over twice, again go into the loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over twice, again go into the same loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then you will have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all the 4 loops. Now this is how you're going to make 2 cluster stitches with chain 3 between each in all of the 3 loops. Now after making your second cluster here, you're going to chain 3 again, and in the next 2 loops you're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to make a cluster stitch, chain 3, cluster stitch, after that chain 3 again, cluster stitch, chain 3, cluster stitch. Now I have made 2 cluster stitches with chain 3 between each of the cluster stitches in these 3 loops. After that we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to skip the chain 4 loop of the previous row, and in the chain 9 loop you're going to make a single crochet. After that again you are going to chain 5, 3, 4, 5. Again you're going to skip the chain 4 loop, and then you're going to repeat your pattern from here. Now after making this chain 5 loop, you're going to skip this chain 4 loop, and again you're going to make 1 cluster stitch, chain 3, 1 cluster stitch in this loop, again chain 3, another 2 cluster stitches here with chain 3 between them, again chain 3, and again 2 cluster stitches in this loop with chain 3 between them. After that chain 5, skip the chain 4 loop, into the chain 9 loop you're going to make a single crochet. Again you're going to chain 5, skipping the chain 4 loop, you're going to repeat your pattern in these loops here. So I'll see you at the end of this round. Now I have reached the end of my round. I have made my single crochet and the chain 5. After that we are going to join in the first cluster stitch. So you're going to join with a slip stitch at the top of the cluster stitch. So this is the top of the cluster stitch. Going in it, we are going to make a single crochet, and this completes your round number 20. To begin row number 21, we are going to make a slip stitch and go into the loop here. So going into the next loop, we're going to make a slip stitch so that our hook is in the loop here. After that we are going to chain 3 and yarn over twice, go into the same loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, again yarn over twice, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then you will have 3 loops on the hook, and you are going to pull through all the 3 loops. This makes your first cluster stitch of this round. After this you're going to chain 3, and in this way you are going to make another cluster stitch in this loop here, chain 3, another cluster stitch in this loop here, chain 3. In this way you're going to make 5 cluster stitches in all of these 5 loops with chain 3 between each. Now I have made my 5 cluster stitches in the 5 loops from the previous row with chain 3 between each the cluster stitch. After you finishing your 5th cluster stitch, you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, messed up. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After chaining 7, you're going to go into the single crochet of the previous row, the single crochet that you made in the chain 9 loop. In that single crochet, you are going to make a slip stitch. So going in the single crochet, you're going to make a slip stitch. After making your slip stitch, you're going to chain 7 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after chaining 7, you're going to skip this chain 4, and again you are going to repeat the pattern. Make a cluster stitch in the next 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make 1 cluster stitch in each of the next 5 loops with chain 3 between each. After finishing your last your 5th cluster stitch, you're going to chain 7, and in the single crochet you are going to make a slip stitch. After making the slip stitch in the single crochet, you're going to chain 7 again, and again you're going to repeat the pattern until you reach the end of this round. Now to end this row, I have made my last chain 7 of this row, and we are going to go and join at the top of the slip stitch. So we're going to go in the top stitch of this slip stitch, of this cluster stitch, and we are going to join by making a slip stitch, and this will complete your row number 21. Now to begin row number 22, we are going to make a slip stitch in the next loop. Then we are going to make a cluster stitch in the same loop. So to begin the first cluster, chain 3, yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, again yarn over twice, go into the same space, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through all the 3 loops. So this makes your first cluster stitch. After this, you are going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you are going to make a slip stitch in the 5th stitch from the hook to make a picot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th stitch. So you are going to go in and make a slip stitch, and this will make your picot like so. After doing this, you are going to make a cluster stitch in the next loop. So yarn over twice, go into the next loop and make a cluster stitch. Now you have made your second cluster stitch, pulling through all the 4 loops in the end. After making your second cluster stitch, you are going to chain 1. After chaining 1, you are going to make a picot again. So we're going to make the picot in the same way that we made here. We are going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and going in the 5th loop from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to go in the loop and you are going to make a slip stitch. You can either go in the 5th loop from the hook or the 6th loop. It's fine. Either hook that works for you for this right spacing. After that, you are going to chain 1 again, and then again you're going to go in the next loop and make a cluster stitch. Now after making this cluster stitch, you're going to chain 1 and again make a picot. So chaining 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then counting and going in the 5th or the 6th chain from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I prefer going into the 6th one. And then you're going to chain 1 again after making your picot. After this, you're going to make a cluster stitch in the next loop. So this is how your picots are going to look. Now I have made my last cluster stitch in the last loop over here. After that, we are going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After chaining 7, you're going to make a single crochet in the next loop. So going in this loop, we are going to make a single crochet. After making a single crochet in this loop, you are going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to make a picot. So after this chain 4, you are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to go in the first chain that you made for the picot, and then you're going to make a slip stitch, and this will make your picot like this. After making your picot, you are going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to make a single crochet in the next loop. So this is how it's going to look. After this, you're going to chain 7 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After chaining 7, you're going to repeat the pattern. You're going to make a cluster stitch here, and then your picot, then a cluster stitch again in the same way that you did over here. A cluster stitch, a picot, then a cluster stitch, a picot, cluster stitch, picot, cluster stitch. In total you will have 4 cluster stitches, and then you're going to chain 7, single crochet in the next loop, then chain 4, make a picot, chain 4 again, single crochet in the next loop, chain 7, and then again start making your clusters and your picots. Now I have finished making this last chain 7 over here. After that, you are going to slip stitch into the first cluster stitch that you made, and then you are going to cut your yarn, and this finishes your doily.